Today's lesson is on exponents. How many of you have ever heard of those before? Yeah? Did you think it was just big kid math? When you see numbers like this with a big number and then a little number by it, you thought that was just for the high school kids? Well, it's not. It's for fifth graders too, and you guys are going to learn how to do this today. Okay? There are 3 different ways we're going to learn how to write a number. We're going to write the expanded form, we're going to write the standard form, and we're going to write the base form. Okay, I need to turn off my little... There we go. Let's take a look here. Does this remind you of anything? Is there a toy that... Sam? It does. It reminds me of a Rubik's Cube too. And this is a little bit bigger and a little bit more complicated than a Rubik's Cube, but if I asked you to count how many cubes were in here, you'd want to take it all apart, right, to count them? Well, there's a much easier way to do that. How many wide is that? There's 5. How many tall is it? No, not 10. 5. How many long is it? Okay, so each cube has 5 layers. They look just like this. There's 5 rows in each and 5 cubes in each row. So knowing that, we could easily find the amount of cubes in this large cube. We can use exponential notation to repeat a repeated number in multiplication. For example, 5 times 5 times 5. Is this 5 times 5 times 5 the same as 5 times 4 times 2? No, it's definitely not. Every number is different. But in exponential notation, we use the same number and we just repeat it. Okay? So exponential notation is taking that repeated number and you write it as an exponent, a little bitty guy, right up above it, up to the right hand in the corner. There's your base number. We have 5, and we have 3 of them multiplied together. That's all it is. No, it's not that hard at all. Exponential notation shows you a way of writing numbers using exponents. So now let's look at 2 to the 5th power. That means we're going to take the number 2, because it's the biggest number here, the big number, the tall one, and we're going to write it 5 times. The same number, 5 times. Two times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Yeah. Now, could you do that in your head? You could. Is that the same as adding 2 times 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus? No, definitely not. So don't confuse that. The exponent shows how many times that base number appears. Okay, so we are going to talk about 3 different ways of writing them today. We're going to write them in expanded form, where we expand them out, make them longer. We're going to write the final answer to that. 5 times 5 times 5 is actually 125. And we're going to write a shorter version, the exponential notation, which is taking those 5s and putting a little 3 as the exponent. 3 5s. All right, so I would like you now to pull out your iPad, blank iPad sheet, and I want you to take a look at the first thing that we're going to do together. It says, write this in expanded form. So what's the number that we're going to repeat? We're going to repeat the 3. How many times? Write it on your iPad. Who wants to share with me what they wrote? Aaron, will you? Fabulous. Check your work. You need to have the multiply sign between them, Alan. That's important. So expanded form is what we just wrote down. Now, who can help me come up with the answer? The standard form answer. What would be a good way to do that? Because it's pretty tough to do this in your head. What's one way? Okay, and hey, you can do it again. So now we have 9 times 9 times 3. Do you know any of those? Darius? 9 times 1, 9, excuse me, equals 81. 81 times 3. I can't do that in my head, but I can certainly write it off to the side. Does anybody know it? Sam says it's 243. There's my answer. Yeah. Now, was there another way I could have done this? You bet. Whoop. Let me show you. I could have taken 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 81. And 81 times 3 is 243. It's up to you. You get to decide. I like to chunk them together. 3 times 3 is 9. Here's another 3 times 3. I know 9 times 9 is 81. 81 times 3. Okay, now I might have to write that one down. All right, let's try another one. Clear your screen. I would like you to, first of all, don't follow this direction. I want you to expand this out and write this in expanded form. So what's the number we're going to start with, our base number? 2. How many 2's are we going to write, Kaylin? All right, go ahead. Do it on your screen. So 2 to the 4th equals 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Now, can anybody help me find the standard form or the answer? What did you do, Cole?
I did 2 times 2 is 4, and then 2 times 2 is 4.
Uh-huh.
I multiplied them and I got 16.
There you go. There's our final answer, 16. Good work. Very good work. All right. So far, so good? Next problem. Okay, now they're going to ask you to do it the opposite way. Now, they expanded it out for you, but they want you to write it in exponential notation. So what's the large, tall number you're going to write, the base number? Aiden? 7. How many times did it repeat? So this is our exponent, 7 to the 5th power. Now, are you ready? Ready for this? Okay. I'm going to write it out. Well, it's already written out here for me. How would you chunk this to find the answer? What would you do? Sam?
7 times 7 is 49.
And then?
7 times 7 is 49.
Okay. So now we have 49 times 49. Nobody in this room can do that in their head, right? Don't make the mistake of trying to add them. It's not adding. So we need to take 49 times 49 times this last 7. So I'm going to start with 49 times 49. You all do the same on your iPad. Did you get the same answer I got? 2,401? Check your partial products against mine.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, October 9th. Great effort again, Harriers.
All right, back to our problem. We took that 49 times 49, where you should have gotten 2,401. But that's not your final answer because you still had one more 7. So when you took that times 7, the final answer was 16,807. How many got this? Yeah, that's going to take some time. There are going to be problems on your assignment today that are going to take some time like this. Don't forget your placeholders and be very careful in multiplying. All right, we ready? Here we go. Write 5 to the 4th power in both expanded form and in standard form. So first let's expand it out, and then we'll try to find our answer. Alexis, tell me how to expand this out. What's our base number, the number we write down? How many of those do we do? 4 of them. There's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. That's your expanded notation. There it is. Now it's our job to find the standard form. What would you do? What would you do, Brendan? Brendan would take 5 times 5, which he says is 25. Good. Can I do that again? Yeah, sure. Now, I have 25 times 25. I will bet you anything that some of you will raise your hand and say, it's 50. The answer's 50. Oh, no, 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 no. That's adding. 25 times 25. You know it, Dathan? Really? What is it? No. That's 25 times 5. So literally, guys, you're probably going to need to write it out unless you've memorized this fact. Did anybody know that? You knew it? Caden? Caden knew it's 625. Yep. That's right. Okay. All right, now I'd like you guys to clear your screens. And for the next section, all you're going to do is you're going to put in a letter, A, B, C, or D. So take a look at my first question. It says, which of the following equals 2 to the 7th power? Write it on your screen. Hide it. Two to the 7th power. So what's the number you write down and how many times do you write it? Natasha, think about this. What's the number you write down? Okay, today's secret password is gumballs. Hold them up. The number, oh my goodness, the number we write down is the 2. How many times do we multiply it? 7 times. That should be D as in dog. Don't forget the multiply sign, America. Don't forget the multiply sign. Okay, here we go. Next one. This one says, which of the following is equal to 5 to the 3rd power? You need a color that I can see, Natasha. Sam. Everybody can show. C. That's right. You write down the big number 5. The big number 5, excuse me, whoops. I'm trying to point to it. 3 times. Letter C. The next one. The area of a square with sides 8 centimeters long is 8 square centimeters. So which of the following is 8 to the 2nd power? So one of these is the answer to 8 to the 2nd power. Which one's the answer? A, B, C, or D? Uh-oh, some of you might want to recheck. Aiden, what did you get?
16.
Why?